everyone, welcome back to my channel. So on this channel, I do makeup and skincare reviews so you have a general idea on how products perform before purchasing them. So on today's video, I'll be testing the Glossier Stretch Foundation and the Glossier Stretch Balm Concealer. I'm going to do a try on, an oxidation test, and of course for the girlies that have oily combination skin like me, we're also going to do a blotting sheet test after the 4th hour. I'm also going to do a photography test so you can see how this foundation looks on photos, whether it gives flashback or not. And of course, we're going to do an 8-hour wearability test to see if this is long wearing. So if you like thorough foundation reviews such as this, don't forget to like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll always be updated once a new video is out. So what's unique about this foundation is that it is 89% skincare base. It has plant-derived squalene and glycerin that's supposed to hydrate and nurture skin's moisture barrier, while wild rose, berry, and plankton extract balance the look of shine. It also has amino acid-coated pigments fused with your skin for flexible coverage in a wide variety of shades. So this costs 46 Canadian dollars for 30 ml, which I think is in a mid-range price compared to foundations with skincare ingredients in it. For claims, it claims to be a hydrating gel cream foundation that nourishes skin. It's buildable, light to medium coverage with a natural to you finish. Also claims to be lightweight and feels like skincare. And it also claims to look like and adapts to your skin. They also have 32 shades to choose from, and I got the shade medium 1. And for the concealer, this costs 30 Canadian dollars for 4.8 grams. And I got the shade light 5. So let's start with one pump. I already primed my face. Well, I didn't put any primer, but I just used my Caudalie Vino Perfect Serum and then my Manyo sunscreen because sunscreen is just a non-negotiable to me. I always need to put on sunscreen. I didn't put any moisturizer on because the sunscreen is very moisturizing. And also it has 89% skincare ingredients. So I am just going to rely on this foundation for the skincare ingredients. So this is how the foundation looks like. And it really feels like a gel. Let's swatch it on my right side. Now it glides very smoothly on the face. It really feels like a gel moisturizer on. I can't feel anything on my face. It's very light on the face. So this is how it looks like with one layer foundation. This side without. I feel like they have the same glow with the side of my prepped skin and the side with the foundation. I don't find that it looks very dewy on this side. I feel like it's the same. So for me, it has that natural finish. Looking closely, I can see some glitters on my face. Up close, it looks very, very dewy. So like there's dots of like dewiness to it. It's not glitters. It's not like metallic. It has like those dots of little drops of dew. It gives you like a wet foundation look. So I'm adding more foundation. Still one pump, but another layer, and with a brush I'm just gonna stipple it to add more coverage because I think gliding it on your skin gives you a very light coverage while tapping the foundation on the skin gives you more coverage. Oh, and I think it's a perfect match. So medium 1 I think is my perfect match. And looking at the camera, you can really see that it really evened out my skin tone. When it comes to my hyperpigmentation, okay, the first time I used this, I said that this gave me a medium coverage and someone called me out, and now I'm getting it because actually it really covered my hyperpigmentation here. So it can be high coverage, but I'm just making sure that I don't layer too much because I know that it's very emollient, and I'm just making sure that this foundation sets before adding on another layer because I have oily skin and I feel like if I layer this on immediately, it can just move around my face. So again, this is 2 layers of foundation versus the side without foundation. It's very skin-like, I have to say. I love it. Okay, so 1 pump again for the other side. I'm gonna swipe first. So easy to blend. Okay, I'm gonna let this first layer set for a bit before adding more foundation. I think it is setting a bit, so I'm gonna do the second layer. Oh yeah, it does give you a full coverage, especially if you're tapping your brush. Looking at the camera, and this one really is looking so good. It looks like I have such healthy skin. I'm gonna use my magnifying mirror. It really looks like I have like little specks of glitter on because of the dewiness. The camera's not capturing it, but really up close with a magnifying mirror, it looks like it has specks of glitter because of that dots of dewiness. So usually at this time, I'm starting to put on some powder, but I read on Reddit that a lot of people are complaining about this foundation because it doesn't last long on their skin, especially if they have oily combination skin. And one person there suggests that you let this set on your face for a bit, like do your eyeshadow, do everything else, and then set it with powder when it's already very set. So I am going to start using the Glossier concealer first. For the concealer, the highlighted ingredients are beeswax and microcrystalline wax, avocado and jojoba oil, and mineral pigments and microspheres. I'm thinking this would be very waxy. Oh my gosh, look at that. It's already melting on my brush. So I'm gonna put it under my eyes. I actually really love this the first time I used it because it doesn't highlight the lines under my eyes. And it's just melting so well. It kind of reminds me of the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer. This is in the shade Light 5, and I think this is a little bit lighter than my natural skin tone, which I like for my under eyes. I think I put too much. Okay, a little goes a long way, so don't put a lot. I'm also gonna put this on my eye. Also gonna put it around my nose. Maybe it's the concealer, but it's getting really oily because of that wax. I guess for next time, I shouldn't be putting a lot of that concealer. So I'll wait for about 5 minutes before I set it with powder, so I'll be back. So 10 minutes has passed. I added the Rare Beauty blush and this blended seamlessly on the foundation. The foundation actually didn't move. I am just using a sponge to remove the excess like wax under my eyes, and I am going to set my under eyes with the Givenchy Prisme Libre because this powder really doesn't crease under the eyes. And then to set my face, I use the One Size Beauty powder. This powder is really great for oily skin, so I focus this more on places where I get very oily. And then to set everything, I sprayed my face with the Skindinavia bridal finishing spray. This finishing spray, especially the bridal one, is really great. It really sets your makeup and makes it more long wearing. And then I sprayed my sponge with the same spray and tap it on areas where I get really oily. So now that I've set the foundation with powder, obviously the finish changed. It's more matte, but I can still see glow peeking through, especially on the side of my face. And I didn't use any shimmery products. I really kept it matte because the foundation is very glowy and dewy. I feel like once the dew starts coming out, once my oil starts producing, I feel like it's gonna be glowy at the end of it. So I really stayed with matte products, just powders. I didn't even put any bronzer. And now that I'm done with my makeup, the only thing that I notice is that concealer, actually not the foundation, because I remember I put the concealer on the side of my nose. It's really clinging onto the dry spots on my nose over here. And even on my upper lip, it didn't set really well because the concealer also drag onto that spot. So I think the concealer is just great for the under eyes, but if you have very textured dry skin, I don't think it will be good for all over your face. But so far, the foundation is still looking like skin, still giving me that full coverage with a natural finish. So next, I'll be showing you how this foundation looks like on flash and non-flash photography. So this is how the foundation looks like on natural light. I really love it. It looks very skin-like. I love that I can still see a little of that dewiness even though I already put powder on. I just hope that throughout the day I don't look super oily, but I love especially this part where I don't have any texture and my skin feels very moisturized. So 1 hour has passed. I don't think the foundation oxidized on me. I think that it kept its real color. 4th hour update. So this is how my skin looks like after 4 hours of wearing the foundation. I'm surprised because I don't look oily at all. It still looks very natural on, but I'm seeing a little bit of cakiness on the side of my face and on my forehead where I went heavier with powder. And also the concealer on the side of my nose is wearing off. I also did a blotting sheet test on the 4th hour. I got some oil, but it's actually not bad at all. 8 hour update, and this is how the foundation is looking like. I don't really see a lot of changes from the 4th hour to the 8th, maybe just a tiny bit less coverage. I can also see that some of the foundation is sinking into my pores, but it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look like it's super separating on my skin that you can really tell that it's sinking into my pores. Over here, it's not too bad at all. And also when it comes to my T-zone, I'm very surprised because it's still not very oily. I'm giving the foundation a 4 out of 5 stars. So I'm going to jump into its claims. I think that most of the claims are really true. I think that it is very skin-like. It looks very natural on. It is also very lightweight. I'm not too sure what they meant about the foundation adapting to your skin, but I really think that it is a great shade match. I'm removing 1 star from it because although it is long wearing for the most part, I don't look like an oily mess. But I just didn't like how it caked up on my forehead and the side of my face. But I think if I use a lighter powder, I think that it will be better because it is very emollient. I have to set it, I think, with a lighter powder next time. When it comes to the concealer, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 under the eyes because it is very waxy. I love that it doesn't really highlight the lines under my eyes, and the concealer plus the Givenchy powder is a match made in heaven. Like, I love how smooth my under eyes look, but I don't like it on other parts of my face. I think that the concealer is really great for the under eyes, but if you have any texture in your skin, like I use it on the side of my nose where I have very dry patches, it really highlighted those dry patches and textures. Going back to the foundation, I think that this is really for dry skin. I think that because it is very emollient, it will be great for people with dry skin. I have oily combination skin, and I think that it really worked well on my skin because I have set it with the Scandinavia setting spray. That's what I did when I used it on my face, and I think that it's a great way to use this foundation and oily combination skin. So that's it. That's my review on the Glossier foundation and the Glossier concealer. I hope that you learned something from it. And if you have any questions that I didn't cover on this video, just comment down below. I'll be happy to answer all of your questions. And if you have tried this foundation and concealer and it really performed well on your face, let me know on the comments down below what you did, what prep you did, so we can help the community out. Thank you so much, dolls, again for watching, and I'll see you on my next one.